Is it just me, John, or does that guitar sound a little different?
It does sound different.
It sounds like it shrunk.
It's almost like you swapped it out.
I did. It's a mini guitar.
It's
Our ear for guitars is
guitar
amazing
work.
here on Mike and John Got It Going On for a Monday.
Brought to you by...
Jordan Genso.
Of course. I was letting you fill in the blank. Come on.
I didn't know
program.
if you blanked out. I
No.
wasn't sure. You know, because...
Would I have a brain fart?
Well,
heck no.
Maybe you did this morning because you changed up your routine.
I did change up the routine
You were
today.
telling us about your hazelnut cream.
Usually when
coffee.
I stop and get coffee on the way in, I just use the powder creamer and my sweetener. And today I said, I'm going to go radical and try the pump cream with hazelnut.
Oh.
And it tastes a little nutty.
So
not really. I don't.
So you
I've
did
never
this
had a
on
hazelnut.
purpose. You were talking like somehow it ended up in your coffee without your, expressed written consent.
No, it was an authorized edition of hazelnut.
Okay.
And it's a little different. I'm not used to having these flavorings in my coffee. You know how people get their, pumpkin spice and whatever. And I go, okay, I'll try the hazelnut because they didn't have the regular option, which they should have just plain old pump creamer.
So they don't have just regular.
I just like dark roast, nothing in it.
Right.
Black.
Right.
So I should do. That's the way I should go.
Yes.
So without all these additions to the
You
coffee.
ruin it.
You've ruined your coffee.
I have ruined my coffee.
Well, good for you.
But I'm going to try.
All right.
I'm going to try and make it through it today.
All right, we'll see.
What else do we have coming up today, you ask?
Well, let me tell you.
No, you were supposed to ask.
Oh, I'm sorry. What do we have coming up today?
We have Susan's review coming up today.
I know that.
We're going to talk garage doors.
Yeah. Well, not with Susan.
Not with Susan.
No. That's her review is sparkly.
It's sparkly?
It's a sparkly review.
It's a glitter review?
Yeah. But we are going to talk garage doors.
Yes,
we
we
are.
are.
Our OG sponsor is Firehouse Doors.
Yes, it is.
And we'll be talking with Mike Witt from Firehouse Doors.
Have you thought of any stumper questions for Mike today?
Oh, got a whole list
I was
of
working on it all
whole
night.
list of them.
Let's see. How can I stump Mike with some garage door
we were
stuff?
Cramming for this quiz this morning like we did in school.
Yeah, we did a quiz of each other.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we watched TV and then we went to bed.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll be talking with Mike Witt, coming up a little bit. And
we'll talk
Monday.
Orchard's Child Services today. New child that we're going to try and find a home for. 2-cent history lesson. And, of course, we'll find out if we got a winner in SNT Sunday Night Trivia. But first, a look at local news brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton.
All right, here's what's going on. A bicyclist was killed Sunday night after being struck by multiple vehicles in Heartland Township. The Livingston County Sheriff's Office reports deputies were dispatched just before 10 p.m. to the 11,000 block of M59 for a vehicle versus a bicyclist crash. A preliminary investigation indicates a 40-year-old Heartland resident was riding an electric bicycle traveling east in the westbound lane on Highland Road. A 2022 Chevy Silverado was being operated by a 23-year-old man from Holly, was exiting the KFC, turning west onto Highland. The bicyclist was struck in the right turn lane by the Silverado and then thrown from his bicycle. He was then struck by one and possibly two other vehicles as he lay in the roadway. The bicyclist was pronounced dead at the scene. The Silverado driver, who was not injured, was wearing a seatbelt at the time of the crash. The bicyclist was not wearing a helmet. And alcohol may be a contributing factor. Deputies were assisted at the scene by personnel from the Livingston County EMS and Heartland Area Fire Department. The roadway was closed for about 3 hours for the investigation, which is being conducted by the Livingston County Sheriff's Office Traffic Safety Bureau. Voters in the Heartland Consolidated School District will cast ballots for a non-homestead millage Tuesday, with politics inserted into what has typically been a routine funding decision. Last approved by Heartland voters in 2018, the millage will cost nothing for residential homestead property owners, but instead renew and restore the full 18 mills on non-homestead properties, generating about $5.5 million annually for the district's operating budget through 2028. However, the Livingston County Republican Party, led by Chair Jennifer Smith and 7th District Chair Dan Wollahan, have been actively campaigning against the millage, saying if it's defeated, it would provide the local GOP influence on how they believe the district should operate. Generally speaking, what the group has found unacceptable are ongoing efforts by the district to be more inclusive on issues in race and gender, and utilizing well-established concepts like social-emotional learning in its instruction. To counter the effort at defeating the millage, the group Livingston Integrity has marshaled an information campaign to support its passage, noting that a solid public school system protects everyone's investment in their property by protecting property values. According to the district's information page, it's not a new tax. The renewal is an existing levy that's been in existence since 1995. Additionally, the funds cannot be replaced by other sources. Polls will open Tuesday at 7 a.m. and remain open until 8 p.m. And the Fowlerville Fire Department marked a monumental occasion with the grand opening of New Station 41 on Grand River Sunday. Fire Chief Bob Feig was presented a plaque signed by Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Following the presentation, a ribbon-cutting ceremony officially opened up the station. The process of replacing it started in 2013. Finally, in May of 2022, the process began to build the new station, and in less than a year, 10 months to be exact, the new station's finally up and running. It's strategically placed on Grand River for easier access to areas throughout the village and the surrounding townships that are covered by the Fowlerville Fire Department. And like most new stations, Station 41 has a clean and dirty side to keep the firefighters safe from carcinogens. They'll also have extra bunker gear to use after a fire, while their dirty bunker gear will go in a red tote located on the top of their bunker gear rack so it can be washed. The station also has an exhaust fan to help draw out the carcinogens from the dirty gear. In addition, the firefighters have a modern gym to work out in. That was donated by a Fowlerville firefighter and her family. And that's what's going on.
You know whose Smith machine is in that gym?
Is
Just
it?
saying, yeah.
Yeah,
The Fowlerville Fire Department bought the Smith machine that I had for sale and put it in. So I gave him a little discount. This is the Mike and Jon discount.
You gave him the Mike and Jon discount?
I did.
I would hope you do better than that.
Guy's got to live, you know.
Well, it's very cool. I did not know that.
I told you that before, but I was waiting to hear it in the news story, and I didn't.
I don't listen to you.
I know.
Yeah.
News brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton. You know what else Jon doesn't know? The name of that giraffe they put in front of the jewelry store every now and then.
It's Jeffrey.
No, it's
Duh.
this past weekend, of course, they had the restyling event, and despite all the construction and tearing up of the road in downtown Brighton, things went on really well. And one of the things that Mark and Barb Binkley have been doing for years and years and years is supporting the local community. Matter of fact, here's one of the things they've been doing for years, and you're going to want to take advantage of this. If you have a dirty ring, do you have a dirty ring?
Dirty ring. That is a dirty ring to it.
Yes, if you have a dirty ring, they do free ring cleanings. And when you bring in your ring to get cleaned, you get a free little gift. And you know who it's from? Oh My Lolly. See, they've teamed up with one of the local businesses, and it's free, little snack to go with your ring cleaning. So be sure to stop by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers and get those rings cleaned in your little Oh My Lolly treat. And don't forget their Antiques Roadshow style event is coming up later this month. We'll tell you more about that as we get a little bit closer here on Mike and Jon Got It Going On. Of course, news brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton. You know, speaking of events, I think we have something going on. In about a month.
We've got it going on, fella.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. Thursday, June 1st. It's Mike and Jon night at Eternity Brewing in Howell, all to benefit the Walk to End Alzheimer's. And, of course, we've got the ongoing public opinion poll.
Have you checked it out over the weekend?
I did. I just looked at it this morning in terms of the results. Because we have 4 different flavor combinations for the Mike and Jon brew. And
are they even close? Because last time, I think, number 3, I think, was way in the lead.
No, I think, it's number 2. Yeah, so if you go to mikeandjon.com, mikeandjonpodcast.com, you'll find a link to take our public opinion poll. Which set of ingredients should go into the Mike and Jon brew? And, of course, there are 4 different combinations.
None of which is hazelnut.
No, none of them. None of them are hazelnut. Right now, option 2 is in the lead. All right, now that's the passion fruit, guava, orange, and Scotch bonnet pepper. And I've had more people ask me, what is Scotch bonnet pepper? I don't know yet.
Scotch bonnet pepper?
We're going to find out. It sounds like a rock band.
It kind of does.
Ladies and gentlemen, Scotch bonnet pepper.
See, guava kind of sounds to me like something you rub on a wound. Put a little guava on
You never had guava?
It's like aloe. Yeah. No, I don't eat guava. No, it just sounds like, no.
It's a tropical fruit.
That's why I haven't been to the tropics.
All right. Okay.
Not like
You're not going to put any guava in your coffee?
No guava in the coffee.
I mean, hazelnut was too far. But right now, option 2 is in the lead.
Okay.
With 36% of the votes. But coming right on its heels, option 3, that's the hibiscus, raspberry, lime zest, and mint combination.
See, I'm kind of torn between the 2 of those.
Okay.
Actually.
That's got 30% of the votes.
Wow.
Next up is option 4. This is the one that I kind of like. This is lemon, peach, and black tea. That's got 20%.
Peach. That's worse than guava.
You don't even know.
And then option
Unless it's
one.
peach schnapps.
Option one has the lead. It's at 14%. That's at the bottom of the
That's
poll.
the one with vanilla in
That's
it, right?
lavender, vanilla bean, and lemon zest.
Lavender, I wouldn't put in anything.
Look, this poll's going to be up for at least another 2 weeks.
Okay.
So people have time. You know what?
Rock that vote.
Lavender could come from behind and take it. You never know. Yeah.
That didn't sound right, John. It really didn't.
Isn't lavender supposed to be like calming? Like
Yes.
a calming
Yes,
effect?
yes, it
So
is
I
indeed.
wonder if you drink it, if it's the same.
If it calms you a little
Yeah.
bit, there'd be less bar fights if all beer had lavender in
Oh,
it.
wouldn't the
it be
world be a
nice?
better? The world would be a better place, really.
With more lavender in your beer.
So
Okay.
yeah, go to MikeandJohnPodcast.com. Let your vote be known. You can vote once per day. So
Yeah,
it's,
don't try and jam the vote box.
No, but you can do it once per day. You can go back and vote
With
again if you'd
regulators.
like.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we got the whole thing all over it. We do.
All right.
So Mike and John night, June 1st, Eternity Brewing.
That's going to be a lot of fun, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's what we tell everybody. And it's to help out.
the Walk to End Alzheimer's.
Exactly. And I know there's going to be some of the champions are going to be there with us. Those that have raised a ton of money for
Right.
the Walk to End Alzheimer's.
Last year's champions will be there, getting ready for this year's walk, which is September 30th.
And we want to raise more so we can be the champions.
Yeah.
We are the champions.
Go ahead.
Guitar,
No,
come
I
on.
told you no.
Well, wait. Let's start with "We Will Rock You." All right.
Boom, boom, flap.
Yeah. All right.
Last night in SNT Sunday Night Trivia, brought to you by our OG sponsor, Firehouse Doors, serving Livingston County for over 25 years with unparalleled products and services. The question, 1 in 7 people, which is how much percent, John, surveyed said
1 in 7.
they have quit their job because of this reason.
Why would they do that?
What is it? So some great answers.
That's 14%, Mike.
Good job, John. I'm glad
didn't
your phone
just-
calculator works.
Yes.
Sarah said to try a new career path, which makes sense, but it's probably more than 14%. Said, you know what?
Right.
I'm tired of bagging groceries. I think I need a career path move.
Right.
Or more money.
But I would say I think that there's a lot more now in the last 5 years than there was for a while. The people are like, why am I doing this? You know,
Why am I?
Why am I doing this? You know, you kind of get on that treadmill.
Why are we doing
You're
this?
like George Jetson on that treadmill, and it starts grabbing in, and you're like, Jane, how do I get off this crazy thing?
Stop this crazy thing.
Anyway,
Better job. More than likely, that's career path change.
sure.
Too many or not enough hours. The job's too much. The job's too little. You're not making enough.
Now,
Susan,
Chris-
have you ever quit a job and what was the reason?
Probably like a bad vibe, toxic.
Oh, toxic.
You know,
Well, that was our answer.
You leave there feeling kind of horrible. It's probably time to leave.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Did you work when we used to work?
I don't know what you're talking
I
about,
don't know
John.
either.
That's crazy talk.
That is crazy talk. Christine said bad coffee. Maybe someone put hazelnut in it.
Hazelnut, yeah.
Laced with
Or
hazelnut.
guava.
Yeah.
So Dawn said because where they worked, their best friend was getting let go, and they knew they were better off, or there's a way better off thing of doing a podcast.
I wonder.
I doubt that's
Where that idea
14%.
came
I don't know.
That's interesting.
I like someone said road construction. Right now, that is like horrible.
Can't get anywhere, can
Yeah.
Right.
Karen said don't get along with a coworker.
Yep. See.
That will do it.
So I'm talking about the bad vibe thing.
Yeah.
You go home feeling horrible.
Was it because of a coworker or the boss?
Co-workers.
Yeah.
Debbie said crappy vending machines. You know, that's an odd reason to quit.
But
You know what I used to love is those boxes.
Well,
Remember the boxes?
yeah, we remember.
Yeah.
And you
That
put
that's
your money in.
that's
Yeah, that's
assuming
the honor system.
That's assuming that you have a workplace where people are honorable.
And people have money.
You know,
Yeah, honorable work.
because a lot of people treat that like a lending box.
Sure.
Oh, I'll pay you back. I'll catch you up.
Yeah, sure. These snack wells
And they
sound good now, and then you forget about it
They
forever.
keep a running total in their head.
I remember the lady coming in to, restock it, and then she'd be like,
Somebody owes.
yeah, we're short $3.
Yeah. Cindy said the commute. Yeah, that'd be a.
Yeah.
Certainly after if you've got a long commute
Right.
and with construction.
Right.
And,
Right.
flex zones that are in construction for how many years. So great guesses there. Retirement, said Beverly the boss. Nobody got the right guess, though. The closest thing was other workers.
Right.
Is that our guest?
It is our guest.
Oh, my. Should I give the right answer
Yeah.
while Mike is on the phone?
Good morning. Is this Mike Witt?
Hey, good morning, John and Mike. How are you?
Susan's here, too.
Yeah, Susan is with us as well.
Good morning.
Yes. All right. So hang on. We're just wrapping up trivia, which is, of course, brought to you by, I don't know if you've heard of this company, Firehouse Doors.
OG sponsors?
Yeah.
Hello, Mike?
Yeah. All right. So
He was in the middle of solving a garage door problem.
well, yeah, of course.
We'll solve the answer to trivia last night. 14%, as John figured out, of people have quit their jobs because of this. It was an office or workplace relationship gone bad.
Right. Which,
It can happen. And it can cause
this is
that
why
can.
you should avoid
disgruntledness
those
and-
things.
Yeah, that's right.
Generally speaking.
Exactly. So congratulations to us because we got it right.
So no one got the answer.
Nobody got the answer.
Okay.
We'll have another question tonight for Monday night trivia. And I think since Mike's on the line and has given us some gift cards to give away,
Okay.
we'll do a gift card giveaway tonight. So
All
it'll be Monday night bonus prize trivia.
MNTBP.
Got it.
T. Rolls right off the tongue.
It really does.
All right. So, yes, on the line, we've got Mike Witt, of course, from Firehouse Doors. And
Let me start by saying, Mike, we appreciate you and Kim and the team at Firehouse Doors supporting the podcast. You've done so since the beginning. That's why you're our OG sponsor. And today we're talking spring
yes,
and
spring has sprung.
garage door
But
maintenance.
in the garage door world, spring has sprung has a whole different meaning.
Well, it does. It does, but it's also a great opportunity to do some preventative maintenance on your garage door.
Okay.
We are seeing a lot of broken springs, and that tends to happen when you see a lot of temperature fluctuations from cold to warm and warm to cold. So, big thing is if your spring breaks on your garage door, don't open it. Give us a call. We'll get out, get your springs changed. When you're lifting a door and you've got a broken spring, some doors have one, some doors have two. It depends on the door manufacturer and size of the door. If you don't have if you have a single spring and the spring breaks, you've got no counterbalance to lift the door at all. So you really run the risk of damaging the door and the opener, or potentially even hurting somebody because there's no energy to lift the door. If you've got one spring, you're only lifting the door with 50% energy, and so there's still risk of damaging the door. So if you hear a loud snap, the first thing you want to check is to see if you've broken your garage door spring. So that's a really big safety issue, and it's not something that a homeowner typically attempts to do on
Well, and
their
I
own.
think most of us that have garage door openers, we've kind of forgotten when we had to sit in the front seat and get out of the car to go open up the garage when you're pulling in at home, how heavy a garage door is. And when you have the spring that's broken or one of the two broken, it can make a big difference. Those things are heavy.
It can make all the difference. I can tell you, I found that out the hard way, how much a spring makes the difference. Because you think, even when like the power goes out, because that was my situation, as you remember, Mike, my power went out and I thought, oh, my door. So I unlatched it and tried to lift it. And I've done this before. It's not that big a deal. And I'm like practically threw out my back trying to lift the door and realized my spring had broken.
Yeah, if you're not home and you don't hear the spring break and you wonder what that was, some people don't even notice that they've got a broken spring until they do attempt to lift the door on their own.
And you'll know immediately. It really is.
Exactly.
You'll be like, okay, wait a minute.
Do the springs need any maintenance, Mike?
Springs need to be lubricated, but that's the big thing with spring being here in Howell now. What we recommend is one, a clean door is going to operate better than a dirty door. So if you're out washing the car in the driveway, use some car wash soap, brush the door down, rinse it off. Then when you come into the inside, inspect the door. Take a look at all your hinges and rollers. Make sure none of them are broken. Go through that. Look at the door. Look at the surface of the door. Look to see if there's any stress cracks in it. The quicker you can catch a problem with your door, the less expensive it's going to be to repair. From there, take a look at your torsion cables. Take a look down at the bottom. We're not as focused on the upper part. We're focused at the loop at the bottom of the door. That's typically after a winter. That's where they start to rust out. And it's actually caused by the salt water that comes off your car when your car's in the garage and you've driven the highways and it melts. So inspect the cables. Besides the spring breaking, cables would be our number 2 repair. They rust out on the loop and they let go, and then the door goes cockeyed in the opening. And then the most important aspect is to lubricate the door with a good 100% silicone spray. We don't recommend WD-40. It's high in detergent and alcohol. It doesn't carry as many penetrating capabilities, and it doesn't last as long. If you don't have anything but WD-40, use the WD-40, but know that you're going to have to do it more frequently.
Okay. And I know often you'll get calls from folks that are saying, my door's not operating properly or whatever, and you'll come out and it'll be something very simple that, that maybe the guide sensor is off, or something's blocking the sensor, or something is really easily, and I know that, several times you've come out and just said, oh, this is very easy, no charge. Hey, not a worry. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
Because for a lot of people, and we've talked about this before with garage doors, you don't really think about it until it doesn't work. I mean, we really it's sort of in the background, but we use it every day, multiple times a day. And we just want it to be functioning. So obviously some preventative maintenance goes a long way to make sure that happens.
It absolutely does. And John, one thing we're going to do for your listeners is for the month of May, it's going to be a May Madness special. We're going to offer a 20% savings on our service call fee.
That's madness, Mike. That's May Madness.
May Madness.
20% off the service fee. All right, so 20% off the service fee at Firehouse Doors in the month of May.
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah, that's amazing. Mike, how far out in Livingston County do you go?
We do a 30-mile radius around the city of Howell.
Okay.
All right.
Good to know.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And we've mentioned before, people know on site the fleet of Firehouse Doors vehicles. They see them out there and about. And of course, if anyone has any questions or they want to take advantage of the madness of the 20% off.
That's May Madness, John.
That's May Madness.
Get it right.
I'm sorry. The 20% service fee reduction for the month of May. They can give you guys a call, 810-599-7480. Anything else we should be keeping in mind?
No, I think that's about got it, John.
All right. Well, again, Mike Witt from Firehouse Doors, our OG sponsor here on Mike and John Got It Going On. Thank you for joining us, and we will be talking up the May Madness here for
the month of May.
Yeah, for the month of May.
June, we're not going to
it
talk
wouldn't make
about
any
that,
sense
Mike.
to keep it. Yeah, we'll keep it into May. So, all right. Have a great day.
Thanks again, Mike.
You guys
Bye,
too.
Mike.
All right,
Thank
bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.
It is not only the first day of May, it's also a Monday, and that means it's Match Mondays with Orchard's Children's Services. And today our child we'd like to help find a forever home. Whether it's you or somebody you know that is ready for or thinking about considering adoption.
Is Aiden. Aiden is 15 years old, and you can see Aiden on the screen right now. Super sweet young man who loves coloring, making crafts out of anything he can, listening to music on his MP3 player, and hanging out with his workers at Orchard's Children's Services. Aiden's favorite movie and character is Scooby-Doo. So he has a lot in common with you, Mike.
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
We would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling kids.
He loves dogs and cats equally. His favorite superhero, by the way, is Spider-Man. And he loves Five Nights at Freddy's video game, which I know my kids got into
What
as well.
happens at Freddy's during those five
nights
John?
at Freddy's? You got to know. You're either in the know or you're not.
I'm not.
Yeah. I'm not either. Trust me. I just know the name. Aiden, again, our Orchard's Children's Services child of the day, and again, 15-year-old, super sweet young man. You can see that here. And if you think you have room in your home and your heart for Aiden, get a hold of Orchard's Children's Services. Just orchards.org is their website. You can go there and get more information. And as I mentioned before, when you go there, they do list the different kids that they are working with to try and find forever homes. But you can also take a look at some of the success stories. They have successfully placed many kids in their forever homes, and so that's always heartwarming to take a look at. And then, again, if you think you have the time to do that as well, give them a call, have a conversation. If you're not sure, ask some questions. You don't have to come to this whole thing fully formed. You can just be like, boy, this sounds interesting. I'd like to know more. Give them a call. Orchard's Children's Services.
All right, we have Susan's review coming up in just a couple minutes, and it's of the artsy flavor.
It
correct?
is very artsy.
It is.
Very artsy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the dark on this, like everything else, like the hazelnut stuff. But what I'm not in the dark about is Jordan Genso, community servant, community realtor, and of course, show sponsor here on Mike and Jon Got It Going On. And Jordan is doing something very special for the month of May.
He is
helping
also
out.
discounting his service fee 20%. No, wait.
That's Firehouse Doors.
I'm sorry.
So what Jordan is doing, due to the construction on Main Street in downtown Brighton, he's helping push business into local businesses.
Yeah, into downtown Brighton specifically because of that construction. So it's focusing on Main Street. It's Main Street May.
May Madness, Main Street May.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be able to keep
we
up
got a
with
lot of
this.
things to keep up here.
I know.
So each week, we're going to be focusing. We're going to be giving you the opportunity to win some gift cards to a specific business in downtown Brighton.
How are we doing that, John?
Well, Jordan bought the gift cards. And then
How are we giving people a
we're
chance
gonna
to
give
win
away.
those gift
Well,
cards?
now, as you know, see, this is a little thing here. We got a little double winning deal going on. It's the double winning of trivia, our Facebook trivia.
Oh, my gosh.
As you mentioned,
Yes.
tonight is Monday night trivia.
MNT.
Right, and we're going to give away a gift card courtesy of Firehouse Doors
That's one win.
to the person who correctly guesses tonight's trivia answer.
Gets the answer right first.
They'll get that gift card. But every winner this week in trivia will be entered into a drawing.
Yes.
And on Friday, we'll draw out a name from those potentially 5 winners, because we don't always get a winner. So we'll have up to 5, anywhere between 0 and 5.
Actually, on the trivia, should it just be the right answer? I mean, the one that gets the
yeah,
one right
no,
tonight
that's
will
what I
win the
meant.
gift card.
Yeah.
But if 6 people get the answer right, all 6 of those
Oh,
go
I
into
see.
the
Oh,
drawing.
look at you.
For Friday. so
what
there
do you
is
do?
more
You're
than 5.
nuts. You're out of control.
It's
Nice.
you know what it is? It's the freaking hazelnut. It's
is.
gone to my head.
He's high on hazelnut.
Say no to hazelnut.
Say Hazelnut High. That was one of John Denver's lesser known albums.
Hazelnut High. I don't know if I should drive.
So, yeah, on Friday we'll draw out a name from all the people who correctly guessed trivia during the week.
Yes.
And that person will win $100 in gift cards from one of the downtown Brighton businesses.
Do we know who it is
We
this
do
week?
know. This week we're going to be highlighting Captain's on Main, the new pizzeria.
Hello, Captain.
Yeah,
Very nice.
and I hope that we're trying to set up. We're going to be talking with Nick from Captain's on Main on
That's
Wednesday.
Captain Nick.
Captain Nick.
Yes.
He is. He wears the captain's hat.
Yeah, he does.
You know?
That's why he's
So
Captain Nick.
he's the captain. So we'll be talking with him on Wednesday. But yeah, we'll be focusing on that, one of the downtown Brighton businesses. And of course, this is all courtesy of Jordan Genso, community servant, community realtor. And you can see how he lives that title, trying to promote the community in various ways. By the way, I want to mention he is the vice president of the Brighton District Library Board. And last week I went to the Brighton District Library's book sale.
And you bought a book.
Well, I threw his name around. I'm like, I don't want to. I'm like,
I don't want to brag,
I don't
but
want to brag, but I know Jordan Genso. I'm like, who? And I said, Jordan Genso from the board here.
did you call him JG?
And they're like, oh, well, sir, based on that, I tell you what, you can buy one of these books for $1. I mean, that's what
They were all
That's what
$1
they were
anyway,
$1
but you can get it for $1.
I walked out of there with a fat stack of books, so I took advantage of that.
Nice.
Oh, you bought the fat stack.
I bought the fat stack of books.
That's what you can do at the library.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
Then get the fat stack.
So yeah, this
Side
is
of fries and a fat stack.
and some hazelnut on the side.
So, Jordan Genso, community realtor. By the way, if you're looking to buy or sell a home, Jordan's the one to call, 248-444-9777. Talk fat stacks and homes with Jordan Genso, community servant, community realtor. You can find him on Facebook.
Yeah.
Jordan Genso, community servant, community realtor. So thanks to Jordan for his support. Okay, without
sure.
further ado, Susan's review.
Yes.
Very artsy.
Yeah.
And what kind of art are we talking about?
So this woman I actually grew up with, but right out of high school she moved to Florida. So she is actually a native of Clearwater, Florida area. She was an amazing artist as a kid growing up, but right now she actually takes broken jewelry, whether it's fashion, cheap jewelry, or there could be some gems that are of value, just jewelry that's not being used, that people are just getting rid of, or have broken and they can't use it. She creates these items with the jewelry. So, for instance, she took a classic Barbie vehicle and put jewelry all over it.
So she
kind of bedazzled it with Marie
bedazzled Barbie's vehicle, which is on the screen right now, I believe.
It's such intricacy is just amazing to me. So she has a website, and it's called brokenjewels.com. And her name is Julie. And Julie.
She should go by Jules. Does she go by Jules?
I call her Jules.
Yeah.
Here's another one that's looks like a camera.
Yeah, she like
bedazzled the camera. I thought was really neat. Yeah. The letters are very popular, like for nurseries or entryways of homes. I thought another nice item that she does is, well, any item, she can put something of like an heirloom or something that is a memorabilia of a special event for you. So you can send her jewelry, or if you're in the area, obviously you meet in person, but she will utilize that piece of jewelry in her creativity that you have something unique and can keep in your home rather than it just sitting in the jewelry box or, in a storage box or whatever. Another item too, she can, if you have an item that you want her to bedazzle with the jewels, she will do that as well. So please check her out. She's an amazing artist. She's an amazing person. If okay, I will post her direct link to her website on our podcast posting today on Facebook. So check her out. Obviously, shipping will be involved for those of you here in Michigan.
Use small jewelry. Yeah. So when you were in high school with jewelry, jewels. With jewels. Let's go jewels.
We're going with jewels.
That's why.
So what kind of jewelry did you wear in high school? Did you have one of those seashell necklaces? And
I didn't wear much jewelry. No, that was
ID
like
bracelet?
For dress up.
Just
like
dress
my
up.
Senior
prom
picture
and
has
like
a
that.
necklace, I remember. And prom and things like that. But I know I'm going to be working with her. My mom had this tall jewelry box of just fashion jewelry, but a lot of them I remember her wearing often. So I'm going to send her some of those.
Some of those pieces and have her.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe a little guitar.
Absolutely. A mini guitar.
Yeah. Beautifully broken jewels. Here's this is her website here. And you can check that out.
And another thing too, and I'm really proud of her for coming up with this name. But it's just a reminder that even if it is broken, or sometimes we feel broken as people, it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. Sometimes it's beautifully broken. So please check her out.
Right. So beautifully broken jewels, JULES.com.
I
was letting people soak in the website.
Silence? Silence?
I did it. I silenced him.
Wow. That's not easy to do. Especially when he's high on hazelnut.
It's slowing me down a little bit, this hazelnut is.
All right.
It's May Day, and I spent the weekend in the rain. We had a little bit of a break, but spent part of the weekend working on my pool after Romans came over and opened it up earlier last week. And, of course, they get the pool open, but there is that get it prepped for when you're going to get ready to go swimming. And they did a great job opening up the pool and have been a supplier and maintenance of our pools for a long time, whether it be John or myself. So if you have a pool and you need maintenance, chemicals, get your water checked out to make sure it's properly balanced, and go to Roman's Pools and Supplies. 2 locations, Howell and Brighton. And I was just going to sneak John's robotic vacuum today, so that saves me a little vacuum.
You're going to borrow it, are you?
Well, not with you knowing. Okay. Where do you keep that thing? Because the first vacuuming is always probably the worst, unless you get into a storm or something.
This is true.
I have a neighbor that has pine trees, and a lot of the needles have made their way in.
Mine's locked up, Mike. However, on your way out of town, maybe you can stop by Roman's
That's
Pools.
A good idea, John.
That's where I bought it, so you get it there. But again, supplies, service, whatever you need.
Chemicals.
Things like if you want to get a robot vacuum, they've got it there. They can talk you through it. Also, if you're looking for a new pump, You're replacing out some of your components on your system. Romans can walk you through that. Last year, I got a new pump, and Roman himself actually walked me through the pump that would be best for my pool. Got a rebate from DTE, and it saves me a lot of money on electricity. With this variable speed pump. So
John walks around going, "Pump up the pool, pump it up,
right.
pump it."
And neighbors
up.
are like, "Shut up!
Just pump your pool, buddy.
Just shut it up." So yeah, Roman's Pools.
We appreciate Roman's Pools and Supplies. Today, May Day, our 2-cent history lesson. Also, Mother Goose Day. Save the Rhino Day.
Oh,
Save the Rhino Day.
okay.
And it's Batman Day.
Batman. I am Batman.
No, you're not.
Okay.
Batman's first ever appearance was in Detective Comics. That's DC. Number 27, May 1939.
I wonder what is that issue worth now? A lot.
It depends on how comic book geeky you are.
Right.
Comic book geeky?
Comic book geeky. Well, I mean, it's all this stuff, when you hear of somebody's guitar, like when we auction off Susan's guitar.
Yeah, I came in and it was gone.
We tried.
It was safely put in a refuge
While
the vacuuming
It was a temperature-controlled atmosphere. Well, we didn't touch it.
Yeah.
We used a rope, a lasso,
Right.
and moved it from there. It was on this date, 1840.
By the way, the first Batman comic worth more than $1 million. If you've got that.
That's a rich Batman geek
Yes,
that has
it is.
that comic book.
Yes, it is.
Would you pay seriously?
Hey,
I thought about this
it's
with people
val-
that buy this
yeah.
stuff in auctions. It's only valuable if people want it. To me, it's 17 pieces of paper with comics on it. Going,
You see, there you go. You don't find the value in it, but
I don't.
somebody else will.
Somebody finds $1 million value in that.
And I would bet you that a lot of people that have maybe owned an issue of that over the years, they don't care, they don't like Batman, they don't like comic books, they just see it's an investment property.
Sure.
So
It's kind of like this podcast. It's an investment
yeah.
property.
And we're waiting for
Absolutely.
somebody to invest.
Stock's going to go up soon.
Oh, yeah.
1927.
It's any minute.
Oh, not 1840.
Oh.
The first adhesive postage stamps were issued. No more of the stamps, the rubber stamps.
Yeah. You have to lick that glue.
Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah. Well. That's one of the things I don't miss. I don't miss that.
You don't miss licking stamps or envelopes?
No. Gross.
1927. I know. When you open it up, think of the DNA you're getting on yourself.
This is true.
Let's hope it takes a long time for that to get to you. 1927, a British airliner served the first in-flight cooked meal. And boy, I bet that was good. 1927.
I'd be willing to bet it's better than some of the stuff you get on planes today.
Yeah, maybe.
You think it might have been a Swanson's or something? Getting a little steel tray with the compartments.
I don't know. When you see some of those photos, now I don't know about 1927.
1927.
I don't know about 1927. But
And it was British, so
you see some photos from like the 40s, 50s, and 60s.
Could have been
when
some
people used to
guava in
wear
there.
suits
Oh,
to
yeah.
go flying, and you can see like they've got executive chefs on these planes, and now they like practically just throw peanuts at you. Here,
You know
you
what?
cattle,
You see
sit
some of the
down
old-
and
There's only
shut
like
up.
5 in the bag.
Shut up. People used to get dressed up to go to the ball game, too, John.
Well,
They'd
that's
have
true.
suits and ties on. It's like a
Right.
formal event and the hot dog slinger. Never mind.
Them were the days, weren't they?
Yeah, they sure were. 1931, the Empire State Building opened on this day. Ever been to the Empire State Building?
I have.
It's where Harry met Sally. I have not been to the Empire State Building. Don't ruin it for me.
I'm sorry. It's the big, tall one.
It's not Harry met Sally.
Oh, no. It was Sleepless in Seattle.
Sleepless in
Yeah.
Seattle.
Shame on
Yeah.
Shame on me.
She caught you on that
Well,
one.
I think when Harry met Sally, they went there, too. They were just friends.
There's no such thing as being just friends.
1967, Elvis Presley and Priscilla got married. Priscilla Beaulieu. She was, 16 or something like that?
And they met when they were 14. Today, that'd be called a scandal.
It sure was. But it was Elvis.
Yes,
So
I
it was
understand.
okay. 1971, Amtrak, which combined and streamlined the operations of 18 intercity passenger railroads, went into service. Hopping on the Amtrak train. It's a little different than the 9 to 5 train. 1989, police in California were called to a jewelry store after employees reported a suspicious person. Person turned out to be Michael Jackson, shopping in disguise.
So they weren't wrong. That is pretty suspicious.
But he had the money to buy the jewelry.
Yeah, well, that's true.
It was on this day in 2003, President George W. Bush landed in a jet on an aircraft carrier, the USS Abraham Lincoln, off the California coast, and in a speech to the nation and in front of a banner proclaiming mission accomplished, declared the major combat in Iraq to be over.
Right. What year was that?
It was 2003, when in fact U.S. forces would remain and fight another 8.5 years until December of 2011. So the mission was almost
it's,
accomplished.
There was if you had to look in the corner, there's a little tiny asterisk.
Just about.
There's a little teeny tiny asterisk there.
And in 2011, President Barack Obama announced that Osama bin Laden was killed by U.S. forces in Pakistan on this day. So it got accomplished. It took a few years.
Well,
it's still kind of stuff going on over there.
Is there?
I think so.
Really? Huh.
It's our 2-cent history lesson for today.
Okay. Good.
We learned that John is Batman.
No, I'm not Batman. We learned a lot of stuff today.
I think we did.
Yeah.
We had May Madness, Main Street, Main
Street.
Susan's got a smaller guitar that wants to be bejeweled.
Yeah, and why did you bring in the smaller guitar, by the way?
Well, because I'm taking my Fender for its yearly checkup.
Oh, you got to take your...
Really?
And cough.
Oh.
Make sure it's sounding okay.
Gives a whole new meaning to fingering the guitar.
Yes.
All right. Anyway.
No. No, it does not. No. There's nobody says I'm fingering the guitar.
I'm just saying if it's going for its checkup, turn and cough.
Yeah.
Let's just say your fender had a little bender and your engine's not working properly.
Let's just say that.
You might want to go to Murphy's Family Auto to get that looked at, whether it's electrical, mechanical, AC. And in today's world, the way things have been going, maybe your heat needs to be checked.
That's true.
Murphy's Family Auto can check that out for you without making you turn or cough. See them today. Tell Mike and Jon sent you and you get the 5% discount. They're open on Saturdays, by the way, from 8 to 1.
Give them a call, 517-552-3040, murphysfamilyauto.com. All right. Well, I think we've run the agenda.
The agenda's done?
Yeah, I think so.
Thank goodness. Let's get the small guitar out.
Maybe the hazelnut is beginning to wear off for you.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully you can drive. We'll give you the test tomorrow. Tuesday,
Take another swig.
of course, we will have Cousin
JD.
Jeff here for JD's Tossback Trivia.
Yes, we will.
And other stuff.
We'll have one, and we'll find out if anybody wins our trivia.
That's true. Because tonight it's Monday night
Bonus
prize trivia. MNTBPT.
BPT, bonus prize trivia.
Got it.
BPT.
All right. Oh, God.
Mike and Jon got it going on. You've been giggling with Mike and Jon. Tune in next time. Giggle on.
Thank God that's over.
Is it?
Are we still on?
Oh, wait.